Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Want to take some time to sit down and go through with you guys my top 5 choices for the best franchise teams in Madden 20. This will be offline or online. I'm more of an online guy, head to head, so that does kind of factor into my decisions, playing on the users versus playing the computer. So starting out, really I'm looking at the roster, cap space, the talent on the team obviously is the most important. The superstar, you got to factor that in. It's not just ratings anymore, but the superstar and superstar X factors, and what players, top players they have, even the youth on the team as well. Just another number of factors that I use to come up with this list. And starting off with number 5 is going to be the Houston Texans. And you can see already, just from the overall roster, these, they got some talent there on the roster, having one of the not one of, but the best receiver in the game. They do have a young quarterback who's going to be great all the way through. He's a superstar quarterback, and that's what you want. He's starting off already 82, only 82 overall, but has superstar abilities. Is a superstar. You get him up. After one season, you can pop of a quality season, get him up to superstar X Factor, get him an X Factor ability, which will be great. The running back situation, he's a little bit long in the tooth, but they do have Donta Freeman, who's good, speedy backup, Taiwan Jones. They do have got very good cap flexibility there, as well as the let's take a look at, they have the crazy pass rush, as everyone knows in this game, but with JJ Watt there and Clowney. Where's Clowney at? And Clowney, two of the best all-around defenders in the game. McKinney, a decent enough user linebacker. He's not the fastest, but he's huge. He's 6'4", 260. Zach Cunningham and Cole, one of the most underrated, I'll say, sleeper linebackers there, with 90 acceleration there, and he has really high jump as well, if I believe. Yep, 91 jump, another linebacker, 290 jump linebackers. Some downsides, they do not have a great offensive line, so that's something you got to work on. And when you're building the team, they are a team that has not a ton of weapons at like tight end. Running back, like I said, is okay, but they do have speed at wide receiver, ability at wide receiver. They have Will Fuller, QT, DeAndre Carter. They have some quality guys. And like I said, Hopkins is ridiculous. He's just insane. He's the best receiver in the game. He's just a monster. So I would say number 5 is with the Texans. And number 4, let's move on there. And let me know your thoughts on this. What's your top 5? Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles. They are the highest rated team in the game overall, which is kind of funny because you look at their overall, they don't. Oh, I'm gonna start receiver. I'm about to say, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing some players there. Yeah, total roster. All right, there we go. So yeah, they're actually the highest rated team in the game. And another one that you're gonna see a lot on this list is young quarterback. Young quality quarterback Carson Wentz. He's seen better days. The injuries have got him ranked a little bit lower than I think his skill really is in real life. But he has been injured, has been out, hasn't played. So but he is a good quarterback. Everyone knows Carson Wentz is one of a top 10 QB. So he's somebody that you definitely get up and get him up to superstar level. He's that's a bit of a that they get a little cap hit there, but he's still, you got him locked up. And they have a ton of running backs. No one who's like a really star, but you can they got a power back. They have some speed there, scat backs to use. Be really smart with how you develop your offense. Jeffrey, Sean Jackson, Aguilar, Whiteside, they've got, you can run a decent, full wide with these guys. They're not crazy superstar guys, but you can definitely, they got a speed receiver, they got a possession receiver, and they got and Hurts is their guy. There's no one 93 overall, superstar X factor tight end, max security, makes him short-handed tight end apprentice there. I mean, he's got really good. Hurts is really good. 28 years old, not old, but getting a little bit long in the tooth. But that is a option there. And actually, the backup tight ends 80 overall as well. A lot of run some 2 tight end sets with them. Their offensive line is ridiculous. Jason Peters 87 overall. Left guard's okay. Kelsey 94 overall. Brandon Brooks 89 overall. Lane Johnson 89 overall. And if you have enough time, they're a lineman can play for a while. You have enough time to bring some young guys in to start building them up behind these guys. You might have some tough cap issues with them on the downside, but this team is a solid team. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox with that fearmonger, speed at linebacker, all over the place. They got speed at the linebacker position. Their DBs, solid, not amazing, but that front seven, and this year front seven is huge. The secondary outside of Jenkins could be upgraded, but their front seven is they're definitely the best rated team. They're one of the most balanced team, and I think a really great team to use in franchise, offline or online. Unless you're a Philly fan and you're really just like crazy and like drinking beers while you play and getting drunk, then you might not be too successful. But yeah. All right, so going on to the next one. Let me find, which is shocking to hear. It used to be a laughing stock, but now they are the ones laughing because they are one of the most youngest and most talented teams in the game. And this is, these guys are so nice. They're young right now, and they're still good. They're still so talented. Like, they have the best young players in the game. Baker Mayfield, this dude is a superstar every single word. Has one of the toughest abilities to deal with that last ditch when you can get hit and still throw complete passes down the field, accurate pass. This is one of the most frustrating abilities to play against when you're trying to defend somebody, because it's just so frustrating. You get pressure on the quarterback, you sack him, and he still completes the pass. And he has great right now. Everyone knows he's mobile. He has good speed. He has good throwing power. He's just really gonna be easy and great to develop. And that's where it really starts with, like I said before, the young quarterbacks is so key in franchise mode. They got three deep at running back: Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and Duke Johnson. If you just for receiving back, whatever. Hilliard, even their fourth back has 92 speed. These guys, that backfield, that might be the best backfield in the league. What backfields go 3 deep? There's a couple that have two stars, but 3 deep there. And then Chubb has the armbar. He's a superstar with the armbar. Everyone knows armbar is super OP right now. They're probably gonna tone that down, but right now armbar, you can just spam X all down the field, just destroying people. So Hunt is 90 overall, but he does not. He's only star. He doesn't have any abilities, but that's easily, after a season, get him up there, superstar, and get him some abilities. Of course, we all know one of the biggest trade offseason, Odell Beckham Jr., one of the best receivers in the game, 96 overall, paired with Landry. Landry is only a star, but I would say force feed Landry to get him up to superstar. Get him and Odell with abilities. Callaway in the slot, and then you got Njoku, the tight end, who is just another young great player, athletic player. Doesn't have abilities, but you can easily get that 85 speed. You can work on him. He's a great young player. Even their backup tight end has good speed. Man, you can run a 3 tight end set with these guys. Wow, 3 tight end deep. They have, the offensive line, definitely something that you need to work on. But it's a good start. It's not as bad as some in the game. It's not this. That's something I'll work on right away. Will be the offensive line. But that pass rush is crazy. Vernon 82 overall. Myles Garrett, who was literally the perfect name, unstoppable force. He is an unstoppable force. This dude is just a problem on the field. He is good against the run, against the pass. He's fast. He's athletic. He is an unstoppable force. Like, teams have the game plan around this guy. And Sheldon Richardson, that line is just insane. And they have good speed at linebacker, led by Kirksey. And then Denzel Ward. Look at 95 speed corner, 88 overall. Superstar corner there. Acrobat, man up. He's locking dudes up there. They have just so much upside, this team. Marius Randall, like, come on, like, this team is like almost unfair. It's almost unfair. These guys are so talented and so young. Like, the team, next team, number 2, might be more talented than them, but with that youth, the youngest team in the game, and they're so good, it's hard to beat. It's really hard to beat. Going on to number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. And people give Madden ratings guys a lot of crap about the Cowboys being so good, but the Cowboys really are a talented team. That might not match what you see on the field and playoff time, Super Bowl, but if you look at the Pro Bowl, if you look at the top 100, they have talent. They have top guys that are rated well, PFF and all that stuff every single year. They just don't always put it together to win the big one. Dak Prescott, young quarterback, only a star, but has mobility, has decent enough throwing power, great break sack. Is gonna not gonna go down. The pass rush is so crazy this year, so he's gonna be breaking sacks, and you can use that. He's not gonna be a superstar guy that's gonna take your team all the way, but you can develop him. Get a season or 2, he can be a superstar. He can be a superstar X Factor guy that you work on. Of course, Zeke, he might not be on the field right now in real life, but he is on the field in Madden, and he is ridiculous superstar X Factor. First one free inside a zone guru, and that arm bar. The arm bar is just so ridiculous. I know they're gonna patch that or change that because it's just it's just too powerful right now. But right now he's pretty much unstoppable. Any running back that has that arm bar, it's just crazy. And one thing they were missing last year before they traded and got Amari Cooper, they do have him, and they went out and got Randall Cobb as well. He's a little long in the tooth, and Gallup, but Gallup's the guy you want to bring along and develop. And they got Hearns as well. Tavon Austin's been a disappointment, of course. He came in with a lot of hoopla in college, but he's still a blazing guy that can do some return duties and even maybe some screens, and maybe even swap some guys, even moving a running back and use him as a third down running back as well. But Cooper is a quality receiver, and that's a guy you can get to superstar in one season and then start jumping abilities on him. He's still young, 25 years old. He's still young. This is the second youngest team in the league behind Cleveland. Old man Witten came back. Don't look at his picture. Don't look. Just close your eyes right now. The premature baby look, with the T-Rex arms. Don't look at that. But he's not a terrible tight end. He's not the fastest, but he's got hands. He's got hands. He's got hands for days. Blake Jarwin is low key. One of my sleeper tight ends that I like. He has good speed, and he is a really good blocker as well. And the key to this team is the offensive line. The offensive line is just crazy. Just both sides of the line, really. Tyron Smith, 94 overall. Williams is okay. Frederick, 94 overall. Zach Martin, 96 overall. Collins, 76 overall, but he's still young. You can develop him. This O-line is just crazy. Pair that with Zeke, and it's like you're running for days. The DeMarcus Lawrence with he's just another unstoppable force. Edge threat, dominant pass rush moves. It's just he's so tough. He's so tough to fly. This is a guy you got to slide your line to like every time. 27 years old, so he's not young, but hey, you're still gonna get several good seasons out of him. And you can always move him inside. And, he gets older, gets a little bit slower. Move him inside the DT. You got a pair him along with Crawford. Old man Robert Quinn still hanging on. Some youth, and Gregory. They just got a lot of depth. Look at this depth here. Just they're like 4 deep on the line. Like, come on, like these guys, you can rotate all these guys in and out, and like no one ever can get tired. It's crazy how much depth this team has. Sean Lee, Still good. 33 years old, but he's still hanging on with 82 speed. As long as he keeps that speed above 80, he'll be effective. He's still a really good player. Jalen Smith, the pair of Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch is probably the best young pair of linebackers in the game. These guys are just fast, athletic, and they're young. And you're gonna have them for seasons and seasons. They're good six. These guys are good 5-6 more seasons of just complete utter, maybe 7 seasons of dominance between these two linebackers. It's just, they're just great. And then you have Byron Jones. These corners have great speed, really athletic corners. Byron Jones with the shutdown, having a big year last year. That shutdown ability is crazy. Zoned out, he got great zone, acrobat. He's one of the best corners in the game. They have a great, really good secondary. Woods is young, somebody you can develop, get his zone coverage up, and he's good enough. He's young, you can develop him. I would not go with Heath. Maybe strong safety would be. Strong safety. You probably have to upgrade or get somebody there for that. Maybe move Thompson over. That's maybe a small weakness they have there, but overall this team is just completely stacked, and really they would be. They could be number one. You can interchange either of these teams, and they're the top teams in the game. But number one, we have the Rams, and it's because really the only reason I would say the Cowboys, the only reason will be this man right here, this man Aaron Donald. Oh my goodness. If you haven't played against Aaron Donald, he is just absolute monster, especially if you play simulation mode, and especially if you play all Madden. And those guys those top guys just dominate the line of scrimmage. Aaron Donald, once again, young quarterback, star, not a superstar, but a star. But he has good throwing ability. Not the most mobile quarterback. Great under play action, and has good accuracy across the board, especially the short accuracy. Backed up by Blake Bortles. Sometimes people overlook the backup quarterback. With the pass rush the way it is, it's the chance that your guys can go down. You got Blake Bortles, the GOAT. Blake Bortles that can step in at a moment's notice and lead your team to an L. And you have Todd Gurley, who another one that has that amba, and he's just ridiculous, just spamming that amba down the field. And he's one of the best. He's like the best running back in the game right now because he has the arm bar. It's ridiculous. He's got good speed, breaks tackles. He does it all. He does it all. He's just I can't say. I mean, it's Todd Gurley, man. It's Todd Gurley. What can you say? Doesn't have not the greatest backups, but I mean, you got Todd Gurley. All you need is Todd Gurley. I mean, you don't really need more than that. And they have probably the best, one of the best wide receiver corps. These 3 wide receivers here, with Cooks, Woods, and Kupp. Kupp is a great slot receiver, and you got Cooks to stretch the defense, and Woods more of the the guy that can move the sticks, more possession type guy. And it's like they just have really elite weapons at running back and wide receiver as well. Tight end, he's all right. Not bad. I mean, you can work with this. They're not superstar tight ends, but you can work with these tight ends. They have 2 good quality tight ends with good speed and good catch. So that's good as well. The offensive line is also a plus. Whitworth, 93 overall. Blythe, 81 overall, 82 overall. Not the best offensive line, but still a good quality offensive line. They do have that youth on the offensive side that you can work with. On the defensive side, they're not bad, not a bad defense, but Aaron Donald makes them a good defense. I would say they're a pretty good defense. Aaron Donald makes them a really good defense because he is just that dominant. You can put him playing one inside, outside, anywhere. This guy is just ridiculous. And they let's see. So they have some speed at linebacker, 87 speed there. Sampson. I mean, all these linebackers, they all are athletic, pretty athletic guys. And Clay Matthews, I totally forgot Clay Matthews in there, and Dante Fowler, some guys who have had some success elsewhere, and they're also on the team. Matthews is a bit old. You can mix him in with Flowers though. Maybe even, put Matthews, put his hand down and move him to end. He has the strength to stand up and be a full-fledged DN, depending on your rules in your league or whatever. And then Q Talib, Robbie Coleman, Marcus Peters. This is a solid secondary. This is a really solid secondary. Now they're Talib's a bit old. I mean, even guys, I've had success moving guys like this to free safety. When a corner gets old, move him to free safety. You can move Weddle to strong safety, and that'll be a good tandem there. Even and depending on what type of the way it is now, I could even move like John Johnson to the nickel spot. And then depending on how much zone you play, what your scheme is. I'm someone who I love safeties. Like I like having 2 and 3, 4 safeties deep because I use all of them and I mix them in, put them in linebacker spot, blitz them, put them in nickel spot. It just safety is for me one of the most versatile positions in the game, and I've done I have a lot of success with having a good amount of safety because they're so versatile. They can be good versus the run, versus the pass. You can do a lot. It really depends on all your schemes and pretty much, and that's it. And the Rams, they have good cap space as well. So that's pretty much it. That's my top 5 best teams to start your franchise with and Madden 20. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe for more Madden 20 coming your way, and let me know what you think about my choices and what are some choices that you have. There's a lot of good teams in the game. There's a lot of the Saints, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Bears. There's other teams that are really good, but these are the teams that top 5 that I like based upon the talent level, based upon the cap room, based upon the growth of the players, based upon the superstar level. All those things that I mentioned, these are my top 5. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. This is The Natural. I'm out.